Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I uploaded last, but I was on vacation, so sorry about that. I was in Wildwood for a week with family, and then I went out with my friends for Memorial, what the hell, for Labor Day. So been a little busy and I hope you can forgive me for that, but I'm back. And in today's video we're gonna talk about makeup and hair. Woohoo! So in today's video I wanted to show you a nice makeup tutorial and makeup steps in order for you to do your makeup for school and be able not to transfer into your mask, which I never believed this day would come, but you know. I also want to show you a cute hairstyle you can do for, you know, if you're feeling lazy, if your hair is not very washed, if you just want to look a little cute. So this is what I came out with. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you like this look or you want to learn how to prevent your makeup from going onto your mask, make sure to watch this video, and if you like it, give it a like, subscribe to my channel so we can be a bigger family. And without further ado, let's go into the video. Alright, so I really did not know how classes are going to be this year for most of you guys because I just graduated college and I'm getting a year off. So depending on if you're online or if you actually have to attend class, I'm going to show you the best way, in my opinion, where you can wear your makeup on, be nice and minimal, but also like cover enough. And also make sure that it stays on and it doesn't come off with your mask, because that's the most important part right now. So we need to start with a primer that can grip onto your makeup. So depending on what your favorite is, I have some recommendations. But right now I'm going to use a No Problem Prime Essence. I find that liquid slash watery primers can grab onto your makeup nicer than the more like potty ones. So like this one, the e.l.f. Jelly Pop, I think the name of it is, or which one is the other one? Milk one. Yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. Anything that's gel-like or like liquid-like, I think it grabs onto your makeup much nicer. So I'm gonna put that all over my face. This is almost done, so it's like on this last, and just apply that all over your face. Concentrate more around where your mask is, so around this part of your brain, of your face, and around your nose, because I don't know about you, but for me, I usually like tend to my foundation tends to separate really easy around my nose, so I like to put a bunch of primer here. All right, let that dry for a little bit and we're gonna continue to the brows. So I don't think nobody has a ton of time to do their makeup in the morning, so I would skip any like brow pomades and just stick to a pencil. I have this pencil here from Chic Glam. I actually don't remember where I got this from. I think I got it from subscription or something, but this is the only one that I have right now, and I only use it whenever I'm in a rush. So there we go, that's the tip. So you don't really have to be very precise with your brows because we're going to clean them up later. So just take the pencil and then start shaping your eyebrows roughly on the shape that you want. So let's do that. So how's everybody's summer been? Because this was a very interesting summer, to say the least. Did you guys go on vacation or anything? I know I went for like a week with the family, and then I went for Labor Day weekend for some friends, but that was about it. You know, again, trying to social distance and only stay with people that you know and you've quarantined with. It's a very different experience. Do you guys do anything yet? Just leave it as a comment down below. I'm curious to see if people actually had a decent summer. I usually go light when I go in the front of my brows because I try to keep it natural. So I put more effort on the tail, and then I go really light when I go to the front and just brush it upwards, feather it up. Perfect, let's do the other eye. I'll be right back. This brow is my bad brow. I don't know if you guys have a bad brow or not, or if you're like you don't like it like me, but this brow is always problematic. When no matter what I do, it always turns out ugh. But don't worry about it, we're gonna fix it with concealer. Okay, so when you're done with your brows, you can just skip this part, but I always do that because, again, my eyebrows can be a little crazy, so I like to clean around them. So I will take a little bit of my Born This Way concealer and my concealer brush and try to clean around my eyebrows, and also use that as an eyeshadow primer. So let's do that real quick. So that's that, and I'm gonna put a little more in her eyes for eyeshadow primer. If you actually prefer eyeshadow primers, you can do that, go ahead. I just prefer to use my concealer because I don't think there's a big difference, to be honest. So as I told you before, I went on vacation. I went to Wildwood with family for a week, which was actually pretty fun, believe it or not. We stayed on a really nice resort with a nice pool and a jacuzzi. Oh my god, it was so nice, honestly, and the resort was so pretty. I felt horrible when we left. And yeah, that was that. And then for Labor Day weekend, me and my friends booked a boat, and we went there Friday, and we left around Sunday morning. And damn, that was so fun. We had a lot of drinking the whole weekend, Jesus Christ. But honestly, it was really fun, so I'm not complaining. So now that I look like I have a mask on my eyes, let's try and blend that out. I wonder how does it feel right now to go to school and having to wear a mask all the time. Actually, while I was on seaside with my friends, we had to take an Uber for an hour, and I had to wear a mask in the Uber for 1 hour, and let me tell you, it was the worst hour of my life. So I cannot imagine having to go to school and wear it for like 5, 6, 7 hours. That's fucking crazy. You guys deserve everything right now. Like, your teacher should treat you like freaking gold right now, and they should kiss your ass. Now I'm gonna quickly set my eyes, because my eyes tend to crease really quickly. So I'm gonna use my Airspun powder and gently press that all over my eye. Check that out. Whenever I think of school makeup, I never wanted to try that hard when I went to school. I wanted to look like naturally pretty, like as if I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, that's how I wake up. Like, what are you talking about? So that's what I'm trying to teach you right now. And based on what I tell you, you can glam it up as much as you want, or make it more like natural, more you. So this is just my tips and tricks to make your life a little easier in the morning, because I've been wearing makeup at school since I was 15, so I think I have some experience. But today I'm gonna focus on the eyes right now, and we're gonna work with the face later. So if I look a little crazy, I apologize. Personally, I think neutrals are the to go when it comes to school makeup. So I'm gonna grab one of my favorite neutral palettes. It's the Warrior by Juvia's. Also, this is a very cheap palette. I think it's $20, but if you can grab it on sale, it's probably gonna be like between $12 to $15. So highly recommend. This is very cheap, and you can do multiple things with this palette. I personally use this for contour, bronzing, for highlight. So if you're a student and you don't have a lot of money, but you like doing your makeup, I highly recommend this palette. It's everything in one. So that's that. I'm gonna grab this Moda brush. It's called BMX-430. It's a crease brush. It's a crease brush. It's a tongue twister. And grab a little bit of this brown color here and put that on my crease. Very lightly dab into that color, because these shades are really pigmented and you don't want to go too much at once, because it's going to be hard to go back from that. So tap that out and go in windshield wiper motions. In my opinion, try to bring it a little bit like closer to your nose. Don't stop where your actual eye stops, because if you bring it closer to your nose, it can help with the illusion of a slimmer nose when we actually contour our nose. It's actually a cool trick that I learned kind of late. I wish I knew it when I was back in high school, but whatever. So we're gonna extend it from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner of the eye. And I personally like to bring it a little upwards, because it kind of lifts your eye and it makes you look more awake. Again, a lot of tricks, haha. And you can make it as intense or as light as you want. I like it to be a little medium, not too much but not too little. I want people to be able to see it, because why am I doing all this if nobody sees it? You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna bring it down and connect it to the outer corner of the eye. Nice and gentle. You don't have to be very precise with this, because afterwards we're gonna clean it up with our concealer, so you can be as messy as you want. Now you can either use the same brush, or if you have a more favorite brush for packing color in, go ahead. Again, just because I want to save time, I'm going to use the same brush. And that's what I used to do in high school too. I think I had like one brush and I will use that to do all my eye looks. So I'm going to take the tiniest, cannot stress that enough, the tiniest bit of this dark brown here. I might even have to mix it to the other brown. That's it. Tap that off and apply that on the outer corner. And try and blend that out. Again, gentle, a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna keep that on the outer part of my eye and keep intensifying it as much as I feel like I want to today. And keep going back and forth to the darker shade, from the darker shade to the lighter shade, just so I can blend it out and make it seem nice and seamless. And that's enough. You might not even see a difference in the camera, but I see a difference and my brain sees a difference, so I think it makes sense. I don't know. Now, we're gonna focus on the lid, and depending on how I feel on the day, I might want to put a shimmer or I might want to put a matte. Usually when I came to school, I did not really like too much attention, so I would, you know how it feels when you wear too much makeup, everybody's looking at you, so I would just stick to matte shades. Now, if you don't care about that, go ahead, do whatever you want, boo. I will not judge you. Do whatever your heart desires. But as of right now, I'm gonna just stick to the matte shade right here and put that all over the lid. And again, because we extended our eyeshadow all the way in, we're gonna start from here and we're gonna bring the eyeshadow up. If you have hooded eyes, try to bring it up on top of your actual crease. So try to put your try to feel where your actual crease is, and that's where you want your eyeshadow to go. So for me, it's over here. There were a lot of things that were not tolerable about school, when it came to me at least, but makeup was something that always made me happy and made me look forward to it. So if you guys are anything like me and you enjoy doing your makeup, you probably are still gonna do that even with the situation right now. So that's the reason why I'm uploading this, because I want to help you guys out. You know, it's not all dark and sadness. At least you're healthy. At least you're still going to school with your friends, no matter what the circumstances. And I mean, at least it's gonna make for a funny story in a couple years. I hope. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna just blend the edges a little bit with the same brush we used for the darker colors. And that's it. I'm gonna put a little bit of shimmer on my inner corner because I always love to do that because it makes your eyes look more bigger. And especially if you wear glasses like I used back in the day, it makes your eyes look a little bigger behind the lens. So that's a cool trick to do. And that's pretty much for the eye. That's that. When I was in high school, actually there was not one day where I didn't wear eyeliner. Mostly because I thought the eyeliner makes my eyes look so pretty and so sexy and so cat-like. Everybody used to compliment me on that, so it was an addiction. Like no matter how much lazy I was, how much tired I was, I would always put eyeliner. So I'm gonna do that. You can skip that if you don't want to, or if you don't know how to do eyeliner, and just stick to mascara. But I'm gonna do that anyway, so you can see how the look turns out. I'm gonna use my favorite eyeliner, which I always talk about, the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Eye Booster. Highly recommend this. It's very inexpensive, $8. Glides on so easily. You can do it whatever you want. And it actually comes in a waterproof version as well, so if you can get your hands on that, highly recommend. So my plan is more small wing, so if it turns out to be thick and big, I do apologize, but the plan is for a small wing, people. Try to keep your wing extended upwards so you can help with that lifting effect that we were trying to do before. I know that if you have hooded eyes, you're scared about making your wing up because you might not be able to see it, but try not to make your wing straight because that's not gonna look cute, and especially if you're trying to avoid make your eyes being droopy, it's gonna make it even worse. So try and start from the end of your eye and with the tip extend it upwards, as long as or short as you want. So that's that. Now if you have hooded eyes, you have to go from the tip of the end of your eyeliner and connect it to this like little line right here, which is the hood of your eye. And just leave it there, don't do anything of that. Now if you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have to follow this technique unless you want to try it. You can just do your eyeliner as you normally do. But this is a cool trick that I found out about hooded eyes, and it helps. So as soon as you made this little triangle here, you want to take your eyeliner and attach it to the end of this triangle and just make a straight line downwards. Trust me on that. Just like that. Now you want to fill that in. Like that. And I'll start from this part of the little triangle we created, and then extend it inwards, creating your actual eyeliner. I personally like to extend my eyeliner a little, like past my actual waterline, but if you don't want to do that, you can skip this step. And now even when you look straight, you can still see your eyeliner. Let me just do the other eye, I'll be right back. Okay, other eye is ready as well. So these are the wings. And now we're gonna curl our lashes and put some mascara. And the mascara I'm using today is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. And we're gonna put that on. Now, again, if you have beautiful, long, natural lashes, you can just curl them, put some mascara on, and you're good to go. For me, just like I said, I have really short lashes, and when you have a thick eyeliner like that and no lashes, it looks really weird. Trust me, I've done that multiple times back in the day, so I know it looks weird. So I'm gonna put some lashes real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so these are my lashes on. I know that one side looks better than the other. I don't know what to do about that, but these are my favorite lashes when it comes to lifting effect, because you can see the outer corner of the eyelash is much fuller and goes up, again creating that lifting effect. Unfortunately, I don't know where these lashes are from because I've lost the box. I'm pretty sure they are from the site shopmissa.com, so I'm gonna have the link somewhere here for you if you want to try and check it out. So now I'm gonna set my eyebrows with this Maybelline Brow Drama, and I usually set them once now before I do my face, and then again after I do my face, because usually there's powder stuck onto them after I'm done with my face. So that's how I like to do it, because that helps them stay on all day, and that's what we want from my eyebrows. I'm not gonna put mascara on the lower lash line, not yet, not until I'm done with the face makeup. Alright, now for foundation or BB cream or whatever you want something that's gonna stay and it's gonna be long lasting. Personally, I think when it comes to school, foundation is not really necessary unless you have extreme acne and you want to cover that up. And if that's the case, by all means use your favorite full coverage foundation. For me, anything that has SPF and it has a pretty good coverage, like medium, it's my go-to. So I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics CC cream, which has an SPF of 40 and it's one of my favorites to use. And the coverage, I would say, is pretty good. I would say like it's a medium coverage. So I'm gonna do that. And you don't have to put too much, because the more you put, the more easy it's gonna be for you to smear all over your mask. So focus in mostly where your imperfections are, and when it comes to your mask, just put enough so you have a coverage. I'm gonna take my beauty blender and apply that on my face. Beauty blender is the best when it comes to applying your foundation, only because if you do a mistake and you apply too much, the foundation is gonna absorb, the sponge is gonna absorb all the excess, so you're never gonna look cakey, or you don't have to worry about it because the sponge is gonna do the job for you. I'm not saying that brushes are not good. If you have a brush and you love the brush, go for it. I'm just saying that the sponge can make it easier for you, especially if you're new into makeup. Right now I'm a little more tanned than I usually am, so I'm not even sure this is the right shade for me. It looks like it's a good match, but that might be just me on my mirror. On camera I might look like freaking James Charles. You know what I mean. But let's hope that this is the right shade for me. And I never really get this tan usually. So yeah. Try to avoid the under eyes with your foundation, only because the more product you put your under eyes, the more old it's gonna make you look. So I like to focus only concealer on the under eyes. Alright, so that's done for the foundation. Then I'm gonna take again my Born This Way concealer, and I'm gonna apply a little bit on the inner corner and a little bit on this side for, again, the lifting effect. I'm gonna put a little bit on the center of my nose, the tip, a little bit between my brows, a little bit on the chin. And if you have any imperfections you want to cover, you can put a little bit of that on. I don't think I have anything too important right now, so I don't really care. And then carefully start applying that, blending it out. When it comes to the concealer, I like to bring it like on the sides of my nose to make my nose appear a little smaller. So if you want to try that trick, I highly recommend. And now blend the sides. And this is where the cleaning of the eyeshadow comes. So if you brought your eyeshadow too low and you want to fix that, this is the trick for you. Not any more further than that. Again, if you don't like to highlight and contour your face, you can just put the concealer under your eyes and call it a day. I just like to be a little more extra. I haven't realized already. That's that. Now I'm gonna let that sit just for a little bit, and then grab my powder, the same one that I had before, Airspun. Now, I personally like to put some pressed powder on the bottom of my face, just so that it doesn't smear all over my mask. But I gave that away to my friend and I forgot to take it back. So if you have a pressed powder, put that on the bottom of your face first for an extra layer between your mask and your face, and then go over it with a translucent powder. As for me, I'm just gonna use my translucent powder right now, but only focus it on the highlights of my face, sorry. The highlight points of my face, there we go. Like under my eyes, my chin, under my nose, middle of the forehead, and a little bit on this side. I'm gonna leave my cheekbones and the side of my forehead empty, so I can put my bronzer there. Try to put not a lot of powder, but try to press your powder into your skin, to the areas where your mask is gonna be at, because it's gonna help it prevent from transferring into your mask. Now, if you don't contour your face, you don't have to at school, but I suggest you put a little bit of bronzer. If not bronzer, at least some blush. I'm gonna do both so I can show you how it looks right now, but that's gonna make a huge difference on how your face looks. So I'm gonna take my brush. An angle brush just would do the job. And my favorite bronzer right now is the Stila bronzer in the shade Light. As you can see, it's really loved. And tap the excess off. And then the side of the brush just go on your cheekbones and the side of your forehead. And very lightly press that powder in. I like to have the little 3 trick, so it's 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. And after I've placed it, I like to stipple it in a little bit. Maybe bring a little bit on the sides of the nose, under the nose, because I like the little burned nose looking thing. I don't know how to call that. A little bit on my chin, and that's pretty much it. I don't like overdoing it, not for school at least. Now I'm gonna test the powder for my face, and I'm gonna use the same brush because why not? I'm gonna add a little bit of the blush, like I told you, just so you can see the difference that it makes. I'm not a huge fan of blushes. The only one that I use right now is the Ciate London in Burnt. And it has a little bit of shimmer, so if you're not a highlight person and you don't want to put highlight at school, using a brush that has a shimmer, it's for you. It's the best thing you can do. Apples of your cheeks and brush it backwards. Again, that gives you a nice lifted effect. Again, very lightly, the lightest hand that you have, and brush it upwards. A little bit of your nose. I think that's very cute. Now, in my case, I really love my highlighter, so I'm gonna be a little extra again and put just a little bit of highlight, not too much. But first, I'm gonna spray your face, and right now I'm using the Wet n Wild and Cucumber. Doesn't smell as great as I thought it would, to be honest with you, but you know, it does the job. And I'm gonna use the same palette that we use for our eyes, and I'm gonna use a little bit of this middle shade right here with my highlighting brush. Just dip very lightly, just coat the brush, tap the excess off, and very gently apply that on the high points of my face, top of my cheekbones. Again, very lightly, my nose, because I love my nose to be shiny. Maybe you can put a little bit of on your chin, forehead, depending on what your skin type is. If you're oily, you might want to avoid forehead and chin. Maybe you should stick on top of cheekbones and maybe on your nose. If you're dry, go nuts, you can put it wherever you want. But when it comes to school, I think just high points of cheekbones and nose should be fine. Now we're gonna coat our brows again because we're done with our face, just so we're sure there's nothing stuck on them. All right, time to put the mascara on the lower lash line. Again, not too much, personally, I don't think, because the more mascara you have in your lower lashes, the more you are at risk of transferring to your lower lash line skin. Now for lips, I'm personally not a big fan of lips products, especially when it comes to school and especially when you're wearing a mask. So you just want to leave your lips natural and put just how you call that, lip balm on. That should be perfect. Should be absolutely perfect. But if you're a little more extra and you want to put a lip on, any liquid lip that stays on long should be the way to go. I'm gonna use this Too Faced Melted Matte liquid lip in the color Sellout. I'm gonna put that on and cover my lips, and I'll be right back. So as a liquid lip, and give it a few more seconds to dry, and then I'm gonna spray our face with our setting mist again. And this is pretty much our makeup. So let me just grab my mask and make the test and see if anything's gonna transfer. I actually have a black mask, so it will be easy for you to see if anything transfers or not. So let's do that. I'm gonna keep it on for a couple of seconds. How do I look like? I'm curious. Oh, not bad at all. Love that. All right, now for the moment of truth. Ta-da! No lipstick, no nothing. There is a little bit of on my nose, if you can see a little bit, but again, my nose is my worst part of my face, and everything smears off everywhere, so that's personal. But you know, no lipstick, no nothing on the mask, so this works for me. And if you want to try it out and see if it works for you, I highly recommend. Now I'm going to show you a quick hair tutorial for your first day or your Zoom calls or whatever, especially if your hair is a little bit crusty, if it's like your second day without washing your hair like I am right now. So it's going to be really nice and easy. So and there we go, the afro is down. Woohoo! Now I already sprayed some dry shampoo in my hair just to get rid of all the oils. So that's the first step. I use Not Your Mother's dry shampoo, and this is the original. They have another one that's the blue one that I love the smell of, so you can get your hands on these bottles. They're big, they last a long time, and they do the job, so highly recommend. For this, you're gonna have to part your hair on a side. So your good side, so my good side is this one, my right side. So I'm gonna part my hair on the right side. You have to be very precise with this. I personally like when hair is not 100% precise and they're kind of messy, because it looks like, you know, I didn't try. Alright, so you're gonna part your hair like this, and then focus on the front of your hair. You can take part and let it hang like this. I actually find that really pretty when people do that, so I'm gonna do that as well. Alright, there we go. So leave those hairs inside. However you want to do that. I'm going to put them behind my ear. And then you're going to grab 3 pieces of the front of your hair. Like so. Separate it into 3 little pieces. There. And then you can actually make either a regular French braid or a reverse French braid. So a reverse French braid is, instead of putting the hairs on top of each other, it's putting the hair underneath of each other. That's what I'm gonna do. 3 pieces of hair, and you're gonna go underneath. And every time you start again, you're gonna add a small piece of each, of only on the front. So you're not gonna add anything from the back, only on the front. So I added a piece, I go underneath, start a new one, get a piece from underneath, add it, start braiding. Every, just to remember, goes underneath. I'm starting a new one, I'm adding a piece of hair, I continue braiding, 1 down, 1 down, 1 down. I add another piece of hair, and you want to keep doing that until, I would say, a little on top of your ear. So let me just do that real quick. Now, as soon as you stop on top of your ear, you're gonna need a small elastic band, and you're gonna put it on the end of your so you're gonna put that on the end of your French braid, nice and tight. 3 times should be fine, depending on how thick your hair is, because my hair is pretty thick. And now you're gonna try and fluff it up a little bit. I actually like it a lot when it's fluffy. It gives you that untamed kind of look, some sort. Depends on what you want to do with your hair. If you like the tight look, you can do that. Sorry if I keep getting off frame, it's because my mirror is right there and I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Now get those strings that you had and leave it in front of your face. Now grab your hairbrush and brush your hair all to the side where your braid is. Make sure there's no knots. Nobody likes knots in their hair. And you can actually either grab a regular elastic band or a little scrunchie. I actually find it a little more cute to use a scrunchie, especially if you want to combine it with your outfit of the day. Just like a small detail that makes a difference, in my opinion. Grab all your hair. Bring it all on this side. Make a little pony. And tie the scrunchie around your pony, as tight or loose as you want. And you can leave your hair either like this, you can braid it even more down here. I actually like to pull some hair out from my side and make it look a little more crazy, again, more untamed. I think that gives you a very cute look. And this is pretty much what it is. cute little back to school look for untamed, unwashed hair. And let's put our mask on. And we are ready for back to school. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on back to school makeup for Corona time 2020. I hope it works for you. I hope it helps you feel a little easier and a little better about the situation. I hope putting a little makeup on every day before you go to school actually is beneficiary for your health, your mental health. And you know, try to have a little some fun. This is just a shitty year. It doesn't have to be even more shitty. Try to find like a mask that makes you happy. Like mine has a little doggy on it, a little bone, which is really cute. Try to be a little more extra with your eyes, with your hair, you know. Try to be a little more you. Try to keep positive because that's the best we can do right now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment with any recommendations for any videos for upcoming ideas. And follow me on my socials, don't forget to do that. And I love you all so much, and happy back to school, and I hope this year gets better for everybody. I love you all so much. Bye bye. Mwah.